This is Joey at Moon's Creative Mayhem, and in honour of the new Dogman movie coming out soon, in this video I'm going to show you how to draw your own picture of Dogman. You're going to need pens and coloured pencils, and it's going to be lots of fun. Hope you enjoy it.
First, draw two long sausage shapes for Dogman's eyes. Next, colour them in, leaving a small shiny white dot at the top. Starting diagonally underneath his right eye, draw a horizontal line and add a circle on the end for his nose. Colour in the nose, leaving a shiny white dot on the top. Leaving a shine on a character's eyes and nose makes the areas look wet and shiny and brings them to life. Draw a small dot diagonally under his left eye. Then, draw directly down from his nose a short way and curve the line towards that dot that you've drawn, meeting up with it at the end, giving Dogman a big happy smile. Starting at the inside edge of Dogman's nose, draw a curved line around his head, almost like a circle. When you get to the edge under his mouth, follow the curve of his mouth and join in the line with the bottom of his nose. Dot 3 little dots to show whiskers. Starting in line with the edge of his smile, draw two flying saucer shapes for his ears, one above the other, sticking out from the side of his head. In line with his left eye, draw a short diagonal line upwards, then follow it in a horizontal direction and curve back in to draw the front of his police cap. Starting a short way up from his upper ear, draw a rectangle shape that curves outwards for his hat. Join up the edge with the diagonal line where his cap starts. On Dogman's hat, draw a three-pronged emblem with pointy edges sticking up. It looks a bit like the bottom of a broken egg, or a pointy dog paw. Draw 5 stitch marks along the bottom of Dogman's chin to show the stitch marks where his head is sewn onto Greg's body. Cool! Draw a sideways V shape for his left arm and follow the line back, making the sleeve fatter at the bottom. Where his arm meets his chin, draw a line vertically downwards to meet his sleeve. Imagine this invisible line continuing through his arm and draw the bottom of his shirt on the other side of his sleeve. Draw 3 round paws at the end of his sleeve. Draw a symmetrical sideways V shape on the other side of his body. Again, draw sleeves that are fatter at the bottom. And a paw with 3 curves. Where Dogman's arm meets his chin, draw a slightly curved diagonal line for his t-shirt. Join up the 2 lines. Draw the same emblem you have for his cap, but this time on his t-shirt, an upside down semicircle with 3 pointy edges on the top. Draw 2 slightly diagonal lines for his right leg, with the middle line a little longer. Join the 2 lines up at the bottom with a half semicircle shape for his shoes. Do the same in reverse for his left shoe. For the city behind him, draw random step shapes, moving up as you go. Do the same on the other side of the picture. Underneath, draw more jagged steps, but don't allow these to touch the upper steps. So that's it! Dogman is complete. You've drawn him. If you'd like to stop there, well done. You can colour him in however you like. Or you can follow on to the next part of the video for some quick tips on how I like to finish off colouring him in. I start with a flesh coloured pen. I colour in just a line at the bottom of each of his ears and on the bottom edge and side of his face. I pick up a similar flesh colour in pencil and colour over the top, pushing hard on the sections with pen and getting softer as I move up towards the right and top, where the sun is coming from. I love mixing different tones and colours, so I used another lighter pen and a more brown pencil to go over all of this again. Using an orangey yellow pen, I coloured in the left-hand side of the logo on his shirt and cap. Using a mid-blue pen, I drew in shadow lines on his arms. I also drew a shadow line on the left-hand side of his t-shirt and the bottom edge. I always like to put shadows at the bottom edge of things that I draw, and on the left side. This makes him look 3D. The bottom of his t-shirt is making a shadow on his trousers, so I blocked this in dark blue, along with the left side of his legs. Then again, I used a dark blue pencil over the top, getting lighter towards the other side. I used a thick black pen to colour in the top edge of each of the step shapes, making sure to leave a gap between each layer of the buildings. Oh no, my pen's running out! I hope it lasts to the end. Under the black, I used a bright blue pen and blended with the black, leaving a gap between the buildings below. Underneath the bright blue layer, I used a light blue pen to blend again, making the buildings in the city look like they had distance between them. Colouring dark to light between layers can create distance and make objects look nearer or further. For the sky, I started colouring in a big curved shape, using the side of the pencils. I started with dark blue and black at the top and used lighter and lighter pencils all the way down. Once I finished colouring the whole sky, I added in the circular shapes to represent stars.
Okay, so that's it, our very own picture of Dogman. What do you think, Moonlight? Do you like him? Yeah, I think we like Dogman. We might sneak you into the cinema to come see it with us. Maybe not. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And thanks for watching.